Title: We took a wrong turn in the swamps of Louisiana. We shouldn't be alive. Part 1: The Detour. It started as a simple road trip. My wife, our 2 kids, and our 2 labs, Max and Luna, were headed to Florida from Texas. Somewhere outside Baton Rouge, traffic hit a standstill. I saw a small handwritten sign: alternate route. GPS didn't show it, but I figured back roads would be faster than sitting in gridlock. Huge mistake. The road was narrow, cracked, and eaten by swamp on both sides. Spanish moss hung like curtains. Max whined. Luna growled low. My wife laughed it off. They probably smell gators. A few miles in, the trees got denser. Light dimmed. Our phones lost signal. Then we saw the shack. It was sagging, with boards nailed haphazardly across the windows. A lantern flickered inside. An old man stepped onto the porch. His eyes were completely white. He raised a hand and pointed at us. Just pointed. We kept driving. But when I looked in the rear view, there was no shack, no porch, no man, just endless road. Title: We took a wrong turn in the swamps of Louisiana. We shouldn't be alive. Part 1: The Detour. It started as a simple road trip. My wife, our 2 kids, and our 2 labs, Max and Luna, were headed to Florida from Texas. Somewhere outside Baton Rouge, traffic hit a standstill. I saw a small handwritten sign: alternate route. GPS didn't show it, but I figured back roads would be faster than sitting in gridlock. Huge mistake. The road was narrow, cracked, and eaten by swamp on both sides. Spanish moss hung like curtains. Max whined. Luna growled low. My wife laughed it off. They probably smell gators. A few miles in, the trees got denser. Light dimmed. Our phones lost signal. Then we saw the shack. It was sagging, with boards nailed haphazardly across the windows. A lantern flickered inside. An old man stepped onto the porch. His eyes were completely white. He raised a hand and pointed at us. Just pointed. We kept driving. But when I looked in the rear view, there was no shack, no porch, no man, just endless road. Title: We took a wrong turn in the swamps of Louisiana. We shouldn't be alive. Part 2: The Loop. I told myself it was a trick of the light, some weird old hermit out in the bayou. We all wanted to believe that. But 10 minutes later, we passed the same shack, same sagging boards, same flickering lantern, same man, still pointing. No way, I muttered. My wife went pale. You're messing with me, right? We didn't turn around? I hadn't. I was sure of it. The kids were silent. Even the dogs were frozen, tails stiff, ears down. I drove faster. The swamp felt closer. The road was swallowing itself, cracks widening, asphalt sinking. Then Max started barking frantically. Luna howled. Up ahead, something was standing in the middle of the road. Not a person, not an animal. It was like a shadow in 3 dimensions. Like the shape you see behind your eyelids when you stare at the sun too long. It didn't move, didn't flinch. But I felt it watching. And behind it, the shack, again. I slammed the brakes. But when we stopped, we were suddenly back in front of that same damn porch. Only this time the old man was smiling. Title: We took a wrong turn in the swamps of Louisiana. We shouldn't be alive. Part 3: The Dogs Know. Max jumped out the second I cracked the door. Luna followed, both of them barking, hackles up, ears flat. I should have stopped them. But something in me said, let them go. They didn't run into the swamp. They ran at the shack. My wife grabbed my arm. We have to get them. I was about to agree when we heard it. A sound I still can't describe. Not a bark, not a growl, not human. A screech, like something metal being bent backwards, but wet. The dogs went silent. I stepped out, heart pounding. The porch was empty. No dogs, no old man. Then I saw the front door. It was open. Inside, darkness, but not like nighttime dark. It was like the inside of a cave where light shouldn't exist. Something moved just beyond the threshold. Slow, deliberate. I took 1 step forward, and the door slammed shut. Luna's collar dropped from the porch roof, still warm. Part 4: The children vanish. We piled back in the car, I didn't care which direction. We had to go. The swamp was pressing in, the air thick like syrup. My wife kept whispering, "The kids, the kids." Then our son, Leo, said, "I saw Max in the trees. He said to come play." My heart dropped. "What do you mean?" he said. "Max can't." Before I could finish, our daughter Ellie opened the back door. She ran into the swamp. We screamed. My wife bolted after her, barefoot. I turned off the car and followed, crashing through branches, slipping in mud. We searched. We called. Nothing. Then we found Ellie, standing ankle-deep in water, staring. Behind her, just visible in the mist, two shapes, dog-shaped, but wrong, too tall, joints bending backward, and their eyes, human. Leo tugged my sleeve. "Daddy, Mommy's gone." I spun around. Nothing but swamp. Just me, the kids, and the shadows moving in the fog. Title: We Took a Wrong Turn in the Part 5. The Swamp Speaks. I carried Ellie. Leo clung to my hand. We stumbled through the bog deeper than I wanted, following a path that didn't exist 5 minutes ago. Every direction looked the same. Trees with bleeding bark, water that shimmered like oil, and the whispers. God, the whispers. They weren't in English. They weren't words. But they knew us. My name, my secrets, my wife's laugh, my kids' birth weights, the songs we sang in the car. Ellie started humming, a slow, tuneless drone. I tried to stop her. She bit me. Leo said, "Daddy, I think we're in their story now." What? Like, they're telling it, and we're just in it. Suddenly, a light flickered through the trees. Not the shack. A house. 2 stories. Bright porch lights. A woman in a yellow dress waving at us. "Come inside," she called sweetly. "Dinner's ready." Ellie ran again. This time I didn't stop her. Leo and I followed, because we were so hungry. Title: We Took a Wrong Turn in the Swamps of Louisiana. We Shouldn't Be Alive. Title: We Took a Wrong Turn in the Swamps of Louisiana. We Shouldn't Be Alive. Part 6. The Dinner Guest. The house smelled like cinnamon and wet leaves. It was warm, too warm. The woman smiled at us with too many teeth. "Wash up now. It's almost time." Ellie held her hand like they'd known each other forever. Leo stared at the table. Roast chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cornbread, everything we loved. But the food shimmered, like it was breathing. "Where's my wife?" I asked. The woman's smile didn't waver. "She's preparing dessert." Leo whispered, "Daddy, that's not food, that's them." I blinked. The mashed potatoes twitched. The chicken pulsed. A low sound echoed through the floorboards. Crying. Begging. "Don't be rude," the woman said sharply. Her head jerked too fast toward me. "You will eat." Ellie was already chewing. Her lips bled. I grabbed Leo. We ran for the door. But it opened into swamp again. And behind us, the house was gone. Just water. Just fog. Just the old man on the porch again, smiling wider than before. Title: We Took a Wrong Turn in the Swamps of Louisiana. We Shouldn't Be Alive. Part 7. The Rewriting. He wasn't alone anymore. The woman from the house stood beside him, holding Ellie's hand. My daughter's mouth was smeared red, and she smiled like it felt normal now. Leo shook in my arms. The fog behind them began to churn, shaping into 100 doorways, each pulsing, each showing us. One showed me as a child. Another, me alone in the car. Another, me floating in dark water with glowing eyes. The old man spoke for the first time. "We've told this story before. We'll tell it again. But this time, you'll help." I screamed, "I want out!" He just pointed, not at me, at Leo. My son began to walk toward him. Slowly. Numb. I begged so hard. "Take me!" I cried. "Take me, instead." The old man blinked, and suddenly Leo was back in my arms. Ellie was gone. The fog swallowed her like a sigh. The road reappeared. The shack crumbled to dust. And just like that, we were back on the highway, traffic moving, sun overhead, no sign of the swamp. Title: We took a wrong turn in the swamps of Louisiana. We shouldn't be alive. Part 8. We never left. Leo doesn't talk about Ellie anymore, not out loud. But sometimes I catch him staring at reflections that don't match us. Once, I walked in on him whispering to the hallway mirror. When I asked who he was talking to, he said, "She's still hungry." We tried to move on. We got home. People said we'd just gotten lost, that we were lucky. But every road looks like that road now. Every tree drips moss. Every puddle smells like cinnamon. Max and Luna's bowls still fill themselves. My wife's laugh echoes through the vents. And at night, if I close my eyes, I hear Ellie humming. That same tuneless drone, getting louder. I checked the GPS history last week. There's a saved route, just coordinates, no name. I opened it. It ends in Louisiana, somewhere in the swamp. And this morning, Leo was gone. Just his shoes at the front door, and paw prints, wet ones, leading outside, back to the road. Title: We took a wrong turn in the swamps of Louisiana. We shouldn't be alive.